This act is over. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to put this filth behind us.
Phenomenal.
It can come at any time. You're taking a bow or feeding a cow. Matter of fact, I got it now. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Victoria Bitter.
It's so hard to have a gay time on your own. It could be that great chalk and biscuit coating.
So hard to have a gay time on your own.
It could be that smooth toffee ice cream in the center, or that whole delicious golden gay time taste.
Hard to have a gay time on your own.
Street's Golden Gay Time, now available in smooth chocolate mouthwash.
I'm Danny, and I'm here to call out all you crack-pack bitches. You think I don't see you there? I'm the OG of this shit. But you come after the king, you better come correct. I'm Danny, motherfucker. Who are you, crack-pack? You smoke crack. You better watch your back.
Professor, would you say it's time for our viewers to crack each other's heads open and feast on the goo inside?
Yes, I would, Kent.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the show. All you bogans, mad lads, mad whams, everyone, indie fans. How the bloody hell are you going tonight? Is Rumble working? I got an error. I neglected to save the correct password thing. I did edit it, but I don't know if it's updated. So I apologize if it isn't. Sorry. Been a little bit distracted today. That's all. But we're back here again. Fantastic launch last night for Chrome Dog. And now we're back here to do it again for the Stines. A very cool looking book from a cool gentleman, Mr. James Lee. You might know him in chat as Jay Lee. There's a lot of Jay Lees, a lot of cool Jay Lees working around in and around comic books, I found. So we will bring him on shortly and start it all up. But before we do any of that, we must stand on ceremony. And this man right here is out for the win. He wants it. He wants it bad. He's already up to 7 firsts, most of them in a row too. He's going for it. He just wants to take it from Jeremy Burt's, and I don't know if it's going to happen. You've got to, just 43 to go this year. I got a Rumble error. Damn it. Oh well, Rumble might be a no-go tonight. I edited it. I can't help. Sometimes the technology gets away from me. Let's say hello to some other people though here in the chat. Let's say to Charlie Chan, Lama Gigante, Worst. He always dances the dance of the worst, he says. It's usually the first. It's a party, boys. What's your pleasure, says Hostman. There's Jeremy Burt. Sequential Treasures is here. Awesome Dan Lawless image right there. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool art on this campaign. We will get into it. Hail Mo Biggs. The man is here. Hyper Wizard is also here. He says it's cool. Saw it on Twitter today. Excellent. Jay Ryan. Hello. Huron. Felix Haas. Jimmy Reyes is in the chat. He is attached to this campaign, as is Gabe. Haven't seen Gabe here in a while. Who else do I see? Awesome One. Scrolling down, I want to say hello to McGregor. And I want to say hello to Creators Outlet, Raiden Radio, and D. There's product links in his stream. I finally worked it out. It says the wrong date on Rumble. Oh my god. What a fail. What an epic fail tonight on the Rumble stream. Sorry guys, we're gonna have to watch it all over here on YouTube. My apologies. But hail, Dr. Musk, Retro Elixir, and Athline over there checking it out for us. Sorry, yeah, I finally got the shop fully linked up. I haven't got all the products linking up yet. It's unfortunate, but hopefully that'll filter through in time. Rick Saylor's here. All right, we do have to launch the show. We must begin. This is a launch party after on. I apologize to everyone who I've missed. I can't say hello to all of you. There's so many of you. 58 people already. I wish I could say there were lots of people watching on Rumble today, but not today apparently. All right, let's bring in James. Sorry, all you Bancroft Rumble shippers, but Bumble will not be appearing tonight. Snarktacon says turn it up. We're about to turn it up because we're going to bring on James.
Whichever works.
How are you?
I'm doing
Whichever
well.
works. Laid back. That's what I like to see. A little bit of laid back, but not too laid back because this is a party. We want to get people energized, get them pumped up for what we are about to drop on their heads in moments. Everybody, as always, what we especially like to say on a launch stream, please do like the stream, share it out, get it out there on Twitter. If you're new here, if you've come in through James's book, The Stines, which is, by all accounts, a very popular novel series that we are adapting here, please do subscribe. We do this 5 or 6 nights a week, and we're gonna have some fun. How are you feeling, James? Are you feeling pumped? You feeling ready?
I feel good. I haven't been this nervous since the third novel went out last year, and that was unbelievable. I could not believe how well that thing sold. So,
yeah, those numbers that you with your sales are pretty incredible. We're going to get into that because I'm going to wager. Now, I know you through my favorite, I wouldn't say draw streams, paint streams. I met you in the chat over on Shant, which is like,
yeah,
to me, the pinnacle of creation streams. He's my artistic motivational speaker over there, and that's how we sort of connected. Yeah. I learned about the Stines. We've seen you in the chat here a bunch now, but we're gonna learn all about it because I'm new to it. I love the look of it. I like what you got going with it, but we will jump into that. Now, this is the book. Let me share the screen here. This is in question. The Stines, Rise of the Vampires. This is the sign up. Right. There will be an exclusive cover offer through the sign up. So I do hope you were signed up. I think over 100 of you did. So congratulations on that. Jane, have you sent the email or are you sending it now?
I am fixing to launch the campaign and send the email whenever you're ready.
We'll send the email now because that'll give people some time because there are 3 separate secret perk links in that email, and I want to, if you send it now,
and it is going. It's gone. It's on the way. It's on the way.
Excellent. All right. So that email, it's going to take a minute or so to filter out into everyone's email addresses. Make sure you are refreshing your spam email address because it's MailChimp and that's the way it goes. But in there will be 3 different links for 3 different secret tiers. We can get into them once we launch the campaign. I hope you jumped in. Now, there will, of course, be lots of perks available on the campaign when we go live for those who didn't sign up. And can I just say, there is a exceptional amount of original art on this campaign by some very talented artists. So if you are an original art collector, stick around because there's a big selection on here. So do enjoy that. What is Mo saying? This is not based on the real life Stines, aka RL Stines. I don't think so.
No,
I don't know.
not even close. No,
Not even close. All right.
no.
Who
no.
is? He wrote
Goosebumps.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
You're on
Okay.
through Goosebumps.
All right. There you go. All right. We're 10 minutes in. We have 73 glorious people watching here on YouTube. Amazingly, the Rumble chat is still happening. Get over it's joined over there. Charlie Chan's over there. That's cool. And we also got a new subscriber over there, even though the stream itself isn't working because that was my fault. Human error. It's time. Okay. So, James, we have a little bit of a fun thing we do here on this channel when we launch a book. We play a countdown video.
Okay.
And it gives you, the creator, about 30 seconds odd. Felix Huss says he's still waiting on the email. All right, well, let's give it another 20 seconds. Now, for everyone in the chat, if you haven't heard the countdown, it's a little bit on the quiet side. So make sure you've plugged your earphones in, your headset. Turn up your stereo to 11. So you'll be able to get the full surround sound effect of this thing because we are about to launch it. Are you ready, Jay?
Yep, let's go.
Alex says don't listen to him. No, listen to me because we're right here. Turn it up. Let's go. Let's launch the Stines Rise of the Vampires. If you back it, get that backer number in the chat for us so we can give you a shout out. Here we go. Let's do it.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
And here we go.
This happens once every 10 or so launches, Jay, where we try to launch a book and it doesn't launch. It doesn't go live. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but it can happen. Oh, it just happened. Fantastic. We're here. Whew. Woo. It's live. No need to worry, anyone. I start frantically for refreshing that thing as while that countdown is on. And well, look, we almost made it. Performance issues, as Passman said. No, definitely not. Because Alex, number one again. Did you get number one yesterday, Alex?
Wow.
Was that you? I think no, that was Nolan who got number one yesterday. You just got another number one. Congratulations, Gary G, back in number two.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
That was me and Past Master Dan. Yeah. Mobix is calling out your goal. Why not 10,000?
I don't know what happened, but when I put it in for the request for Indiegogo, they took $2 off, saying the $2 had to go to them. So I don't know.
For
That was
real?
Indiegogo. Seriously, that's what happened.
Indiegogo.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Back at number 3 is Lord Ravener, hashtag crack pack backs. Bancroft was struggling to get it up again. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I swear. A listing fee. Yeah, this is like eBay now over on.
Yeah, I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So it might be.
It might be. It might be. All right. We're here. We are live. Backers are coming in. Fantastic. Mel knows nothing about my performance issues, I'll have you know. She doesn't even aware of it. Okay. I think what we're going to do, you have a really cool trailer. I'm going to play that. And then we're just going to dive right into this thing. And we're going to meet you as an author and now I suppose, graphic novel creator, comic book creator. And we're going to get into this book. Okay, I've got it preloaded already so we can enjoy it. Here we go. This is the trailer for the Stines, Rise of the Vampires. And guys, if you're back, remember to keep putting those backer numbers there in the chat for us. Here we go. Well done, Tommy, on the trailer there. That was very cool. I'm digging the animated trailers coming in now. It worked on Hostman Socrates. He is a fan. He has backed it at number 5.
Yep. The
Fantastic.
trailer was done by Pedro Ang.
Oh, it was done by Pedro. All right. Sorry, I apologize. I should have noticed that. Of course. Yeah, Pedro did camels. It looks very similar. There you go. Oh, excellent. This is Jay Lee, or am I tilted? This is AJ Lee. Yeah. Now, there's Jim Lee. There's Jay Lee with an E, and this is James Lee.
Well, actuality, I have to go by James because my actual first name is Jim.
Oh, right. So you are Jim Lee.
Yeah. And
so Jim Lee is still making comics.
Yeah. You can ask Kelsey Shannon on that because we started out together in '94.
Oh, there you go. Nice. So thank you so much, Hostman. We've got another backer here, David G, our first extraordinaire. Felix Huss says, I could have been number 1 if Indiegogo didn't decide that I need to re-log in right as the campaign went live. Indiegogo. Robbing Felix of his number 1 position. I apologize. All right. Yeah, man, that was cool. I like that trailer. Now, before we jump into this, I think we need a little bit of a bit of a background here, essentially on you, because it said right there in the trailer, 25,000 copies sold.
Actually, it's more.
It's more.
Yeah, I'll explain what happened. When we had the trailer made, I had gotten the numbers for the books around 25,000, but it was right before book 3 dropped. When book 3 dropped, it sold out in 5 hours on Amazon. So it was already sold out. All the books have sold out multiple times, but right now we're over 40,000 copies.
That's insane, man. Congratulations. That is awesome.
At one point, I was number 13 on the horror list.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Yeah, people are that is very cool. I started out years ago writing. I was thinking maybe I'll write a novel, maybe I'll write a screenplay. I don't know. Ended up writing a comic. But man, you did it. Have you been an author for a long time? Is this a new thing?
I was an artist. I've always been an artist.
Yeah.
But in 2015, I broke my hand and I wasn't able to draw for a few years. But in 2018, my mother passed away. And I went into what's known as depressional recourse because, when you lose your parents, it's not a good thing. And so my doctor asked me and suggested I start writing something. And for the first time I actually started writing something, I had some very old artwork from like the mid 90s. of some vampires I had drawn, and so I fed off of that, and it exploded into this entire stuff. So, and then I started.
That's
picking
great,
up.
man. Well,
And then Ryan Wynn taught me into picking back up the pencil and trying to draw again, and I found my
yeah.
hand was healthy and I was not shaking or anything like that, so I was able to go back to drawing.
Fantastic. What a story. That, I mean, congratulations. So you're selling them all through Amazon.
No, I'm selling them
40
through every place. I've
every
got
place?
I've got them. You can go to any bookstore in the world. I have global distribution, and request the books. They'll get it for you. It's not that hard to get.
Hostman is asking for any advice for aspiring writers. I mean, that sounds like a whole stream in and of itself. Is there
That
one thing you could tell an aspiring novelist?
Yeah, real simple. Do whatever you want. Write down everything you can think of, no matter how stupid it is, no matter how nuts it is. Write it down. Go back and look at it. You may find something that you never even thought of when you first wrote it down. But you're only locked down by your imagination. I mean, that's the only thing that's stopping you.
Mm-hmm.
You can go. You know, it's just like that. And like I said, when I did mine, everything came together. It took me over a year and a half to put everything together for the novels. Now, this graphic novel is not a retelling of the novels, so it's a different story. This takes place in the 1500s. The novels take place in the modern day.
All right. Okay, so it's not an adaptation. It's more a
Precursor.
A precursor. And if you've read the novels, grab these and sort of get more of
you'll know the
story.
characters. That's why on this campaign, unlike any other campaign in Comicsgate, you can get the graphic novel and the novels. So everything's on here.
Some of the, I know there were novel campaigns. That is true. I don't think there's been a graphic novel and the novel. And the only other person I think is doing that is Shad. But yeah, you're right. That's cool, man. Anyway, like this is I just wanted to like put that out there because that's an incredible achievement you've done there. Congratulations on all your success with the novels, and I really hope that the graphic novels you find another six. Oh yes, of course, Red Gaze. That's what I didn't know if he was selling just the books and the things, but yeah, of course he does. He sells them as well together. Man, I miss Red Gaze. He'll be back soon though. All right. Well, for people who don't know, what is the Stines? What are we looking at? I mean, I can sell what sort of story it is here. We don't have to get into
the graphic novels. What it is the graphic novels is about the main vampire of the story, Count Vladislav Vicious von Kampfen, and it takes place on the day he becomes the vampire, and why he did it, what set him into that path, what was the downfall, and like that. And as it goes forward, you see what happened with his family and what it cost him to do. And when you realize he did everything not for his family, not for him, but for his older brother and his brother's country. Because if you know anything about royalty, a count is a minor title. It's not the actual title of the ruler. In this country, there was a prince, his older brother. But his older brother died. And while his older brother was dying, he made an oath to protect the family, to protect the country and everything to his brother. And so when he's dying, he makes a blood oath. He had made a blood oath. And so with that blood oath, he was given a deal. He took the deal to save everybody. Even though it cost him damnation, he took the deal. And this is the story of that day that happened.
And we're talking about a 48-page graphic
It's
novel?
48. It's 48 pages as of right now. Yes, 48 pages.
As of right now. And we were talking before the stream started. If the funding reaches a certain point, you will be looking to add more pages to the story.
Yes.
Hostman says hottie vampires that are real vampires. Everyone does like a hottie vampire, although they can bite you. I like women that are aware that they have boobs. Yeah, there's that shot here. I remember we went over this on Rob's a month ago, where he's like yanking her back, and her boobs are getting pushed right up into space. They're out there. Who is this? Your art here? You did this one?
This is mine. Except for Jerry Reyes' cover, all the covers are done by me.
So this is Jimmy Reyes with
Right.
Gabe on the colors.
Right. And Gabe
There's
does
the
all
count
colors.
there.
That's
Who
the
who
count.
is she here?
That is Mina. That is his wife. That is the count's wife.
Is she a vampire too?
She will become a vampire. Yes.
She will become a vampire. So I'm guessing then she will appear in the novels if people want to read them.
She becomes
Maybe.
a vampire in the novels.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
The day later, backer number 8, he did grab the secret bundle A. Fantastic. Well, it's
Thank
great
you,
to see
thank
that
you.
the secret perks are getting out there. I hope you guys are checking your emails if you did sign up. What are you guys saying here? Shadow
No
Hawk
art.
Talks, backer number 9. Hal CG.
Thank you.
How you?
No
Excellent.
art. They
Here,
don't
so
sparkle. They don't sparkle.
they don't sparkle.
No,
They
don't
do kind of
sparkle.
catch the moonlight, but they don't
Yeah.
sparkle.
But that, like I said, that's the moonlight. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that if you've read the novels, you'll pick up a little bit on this. But in the novels, it's the main character of the novels is reading part of the story, but just the part where he becomes the vampire, not what happens in this story. So there is a connection between this and the novels. The novels do not tell his story. The novels tell somebody else's story and where he's at in modern day. But he's very important in the novels as well.
Norn Rad says, has a Legacy of Kain vibe. I like it. I'm not familiar with that one. Do you know that one, Legacy of Kain?
Well, I know the one about Masquerade the Vampires, where Cain was the first vampire ever made.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if you ever read Masquerade, which is the RPG of White Wolf's vampires, Cain, the curse that Cain got from God was he was turned into a vampire.
All right. Let's jump down here. So these are the covers. We'll go through the perks in a second. I just want to show you guys a little bit of the interiors here. Now you are doing the art on the interiors.
Right. I'm doing actual pencils and inks.
Pencils and inks. And if it gets to a certain point, you will be looking to hire a colorist.
Well, I've got Gabe El Taib. We've got to get fully funded. Once we get fully funded, It's all colored. He's going to do all the coloring.
Oh, excellent. So if it hits funding, we're talking colors.
Yeah, we're talking full colors.
And you can read a little bit of the writing here. You can get a sense of the story. The year is 1507, which is quite a while ago. And here we are. Some of the pages here. It's a video game, Mo points out. You know me, Mo. It's a PlayStation 1 game. Actually, that could have been a time when I actually was playing video games, but I didn't pick that one. What are you guys saying here in the chat? All right.
No, he's been with me since the beginning, so.
Eric's talking about a backup colorist just in case. Yeah, Gabe is a controversial figure, but he's an amazing colorist. I don't think anyone's doubting that. I'm getting some serious Castlevania vibes, says Hostman. Yeah. This was got to turn my head here to see this one.
Yeah.
All right. Now, is there anything you want to tell us specifically about what happens in this story? We know he becomes a vampire.
Right. He becomes a vampire. What happened is there's a major battle that took place in 1507. And even though they won the battle, the army was decimated. The prince was killed. He was assassinated. And a bunch of mercenaries went off and attacked the capital because of all the army not being there. When they got there, the city guard was stronger than they thought, and you find out that the ones that were attacking were werewolves. So you have a bunch of werewolves in the city. They're going for the castle and like that, and he's trying to recover and head back. Now, the cat is actually throughout the novels and everything like that. The cat is the avatar of death. This is the one who actually made him into the vampire. This cat is not your normal cat. Basically, it comes out of Egyptian mythology. And
Yeah, I've been bitten by a cat before. I don't remember becoming a vampire. So special cat then.
this is a special cat. It was specifically sent for this. Because when you read what the cat's saying is, he was judged worthy. Here's the deal, but with power, there's a curse. It's your choice. And he makes the choice without hesitation to go save everybody.
Cats are all evil, says Snarkticon. And Zed Comics is back at number 11. Hail.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so now he's a vampire, and yeah, are you looking to make, if this campaign goes successful, are you looking to make more
Oh, yes.
graphic novels?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a lot of universe to build on.
That's the good thing about having a long timeline to work with characters that have immortality.
Well, even in the novels, I had to basically register 80 different things, 65 different characters. So I have a huge amount of stuff to work with.
Hostman says, getting bitten by a cat is still considered bad luck in Egypt. I didn't know that. Yeah, I remember they're all big on cats, and Tutankhamun or someone was buried with a guard dog or something like that. I can't really remember. Philip V agrees. Something Snark said. Anyway, back at number 10. Hal Philip V.
Thank you.
That is amazing. All right, people are backing. It's great to see. I'm going to scroll up here. I think it's time we do a little refresher Rooney here. So let me zoom out first and foremost and refresh it here. I think you got 11 backers so far. Excellent. $660 raised. A little bit way to go, but this is just the beginning.
Right.
And I want to jump into what you actually got here on offer. So now this is not including the secret perks. Do you want to just give a brief explanation of what they are for anyone who did sign up and hasn't checked their email yet?
Yeah, the secret perks, you've got 3 different perks on the secret perks. The first secret perks is all 4 of the covers and all 3 of the hardback books as one perk. Then you have another perk, which is the same thing, except instead of hardback, they're paperbacks. And then the third one, of course, is Jimmy Reyes is covered by itself. So those are the 3 special perks.
Excellent. We are joined here by artist extraordinaire Joe Ball. Great to see you here. Lord Ravener says, I'm allergic to cats, so my pure body rejects the evil. You wouldn't be able to be turned to a vampire. Hyper Wizard says, if the Egyptians were so smart, why are they all dead? Well, they're not. There's still Egyptians, I'm pretty sure. They may not be the ancient Egyptians, but I think they're still kicking. So, all right, the featured bundle for $125. Actually, let me make sure. I want to sign out because I always worry I'm going to dox myself here. So, let me log out. You just jumped up to 12 backers. Fantastic. Excellent. Okay. The Stines Universe bundle, that's $125. 2 people pick that up. Okay, you get a PDF, comic A, cover A, cover B, cover C, the Stines novel hardback edition, the Stines 2 Camilla hardback, Stines 3 A Battle of, you're pushing me here, Teviana hardback edition, all in one bundle there for you. Now, for $10, you can get a PDF of the comic. Here are the different comics here for $25 each. Again, they are 48-page graphic novels, and there are 3 different covers here that we have seen. Did you do this one as well?
Yeah, I did that one as well. I said all the covers except for Jimmy Reyes are done by me.
Except for Jimmy's. Yeah, right. Okay, there's the Stines comic bundle. That's if you want all. Is it through the 3 covers, A, B, and C?
Yep, it's 3 covers. Yep.
Scrolling down, $100 you can get.
That's the paperback.
That's the paperback. All right. So this is these are where you get a whole bunch of the novels as well.
You get all 3 novels as paperbacks and all 3 covers.
All right, excellent. What are you guys in the chat saying? We got them on an Egyptian tangent now. Hold on a sec. Joe's saying hi. I got that. All 3 covers and the books. Man, you got a lot of reading to go. How long are the books? Like, what sort of length are we talking here? These novels?
They're roughly 280 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Cool.
and just to let you know what the book story is about. The book story is actually about a girl named Mary Jade von Stein, and what happens is her parents are brutally murdered, and she's forced to go live with her relatives over in Europe. Well, when she gets over there, that's when she finds out about the Count and everybody that's on the mountain with that they're living there, which are vampires, werewolves, and undead. So they're all on a mountain. Now, as this goes on, the assassins that murdered her parents want her dead. So, with that being said, you also find out later on that the main villain of all this is another vampire, and she wants everybody dead. She's held a grudge for 500 years. And she wants
She's like the
to kill them
Highlander.
all. Well, she's a vampire. She's immortal.
I had a question there, but I got distracted by Jonathan, who is lucky number 13 on the backer list. Hal Jonathan, thank you so much. Snugcon says Bast Lives Matters, referring to the cat god of ancient Egypt. This is the only chance you're going to get that, I think. There's still Egyptians? What? Yeah, there are. Apparently, I've heard. All right. What are we saying here? I don't say Mary Jane in this crowd. Why? Because of the character or because of the weed? Everyone's going to start smoking up. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to this here. All right. So now that question is going to come back to me about the novels here. It's all right. It'll come back to me. That looks like that was Hostman who grabbed that bundle. That's a generous bundle there. Thank you so much, Hostman. Now, there's a ton, as I promised, there's a ton of original art available on this campaign as well. For $100, you can get a 6 3/4 by 10.5 inch head sketch done by you.
Yep, it'll be done by me, and this does come fully inked.
Fully inked. You can get an 11 by 17 inked sketch cover. That is by you as well. Are these all by you?
Yeah, everything is by me.
Okay. Original art, so you can get the original art of the cover, the one that I think Rob might be Rob Arnold's favorite cover. He does like the boobers. That's a $250. You can get cover B artwork, cover C artwork, the Stines trading card A art. Have we seen the trading cards?
No, I haven't posted them yet because I've got them in color. I can pull them up. Hold on one second.
Yeah, pull them up. Now, what's happening with the trading cards? Are they going to be something that everyone gets who backs, or how's that going?
The trading cards are perks. So once we get to those perks, everybody gets the trading cards as they come out.
Right.
So of course, everybody has seen the beautiful one that Dan Lawless did. That's going to be that's going to be the first one. That's the first one. So that'll be coming out first. Over here.
I'm just looking at him going through his files there. My vice is pizza, says Snarktacon. All right. I had pizza last night. It was delicious.
So this is the colored version of that trading card.
That looks great.
So this one was done by, again, Gabe El Taib.
Yeah, man. He's really good with setting that atmosphere.
Yeah.
You get a sense of the tone of the story. It looks great. Looks real good. Do you have that Dan Lawless
yes
art piece there that you can
take me off for just a second so I can go find it?
Yeah. All right, back to the campaign here. There's also the trading card B art. Oh yes, I remember all this art. There's so much art attached to this campaign actually. So there's a lot of original art if you are a collector and you want to grab some of these up. And then there's the Stines 3 cover art. That's I was told here. I'm going to zoom in. So this art here
is big. This is the wraparound.
It's a big boy.
Yes, it's 11.
Go down.
It's it's 22 by 17. So it's a full wraparound cover.
Yeah, so big boy. If you that's $500, and that is the cover on the 3rd book. Is that correct?
That is correct.
The third novel.
The novel.
We use the word book I was always surprised. I never used the word book for comics when I was growing up, and then I came back into it, and everyone was using that. It is a little confusing, actually. So the third novel,
Right.
that is the cover for that.
That is the cover.
Uh,
But this is the other trading card here. So
yep. And did you find that Dan Lawless one? I mean, I have it actually. I can
hold
actually
on.
bring it up
Well,
myself.
I think you have it because I think I gave it to you.
I have it. All right, one sec. Let me just grab it. I think I put it on my desktop. Maybe. Maybe I did. You know what? I'm gonna have to go into the thing. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Yeah, you've been sharing a lot of art with me over the last few months. Show me what you've been up to. I remember we got to chatting because we were talking about backgrounds. Remember that's how we sort of first got to chatting, because you do a lot of those really cool castle backgrounds and stuff like that. There it is. All right, let me bring this up. This is a gorgeous piece, man. I tell you, Dan, something with the ladies. He knows how to do it. All right, so this, if we get to the point in funds where you are adding trading cards to the campaign for everyone to get, this will be the first one.
Yeah, this is the first one. So yeah, this is the first trading card right here.
Yeah, man, it's nice. He's very nice. He does it well. I think, yeah, I chose that one as the thumbnail because that'll probably get the most people.
Yeah, that's the first one. So yeah.
I want the sexy vampire mama in the red dress for educational purposes, of course. It says, of course, educational. I mean, what else?
And then Dan rolled out a black and white version of this today.
Oh, nice.
So that one, I'm going to talk with him, but that may end up being a 18 by 20 poster later on in the campaign.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool.
So
it's nice. It says just, but yeah, it is very nice. It's a really nice piece. Dan is crushing it. I might need to hire Dan to do something for me. Some of the pinups essentially he does have just been absolutely mind blowing. This is one of them.
Yeah, I was ready.
Now this is you said this is the wife. So this is the wife of the.
This is the wife. Yeah, this is Mina. Yeah, she is a typical 1500s. Royal lady. Her father was a duke, so he's in the kingdom, and she married the count. The prince was already married before. The count is basically, he was the bachelor. He was the hero. He was the one that everybody liked, but he was never going to get married. And then she walked in, and that changed everything. And so they ended up getting married. And they've been married in the story where this is parts out. They've got a 3-year-old at the time. So they've been married for a while.
Rick Saylor says metal card for that babe. Yeah, that would print amazingly on metal. Actually, I don't know if you've seen them. People are doing them these days. Mm-hmm. Printing stuff on metal. It gives that sheen to it. It's really nice. Yeah. Hostman says playing Dragon Age Origins while I play. I guess watch. Morrigan definitely fits the aesthetics of the Stines. I'm not familiar. Again, I try to abstain from video games if at all possible. What does Hyper say? Lawless nipple avoidance is a perfect match for Bancroft. I know, right? Look at that. You can kind of see a little bit of shadow there, but that's enough. That's enough. Speed Killer says, "Do it, please." Yeah, that's really, really nice art here. All right, I think it's time we jump back to the campaign. If I can. I'm going to go back up. I think we did get a couple more backers there. So I'm going to refresh 1 or 2, maybe, hopefully, please. I got another backer. Excellent. Getting close to $1,000. Already over $1,000 dues. Trying to get to that 9998 funding goal.
Like I said, I put in 10, but for some reason,
Indiegogo is going to Indiegogo. That's how they do it. That's how they do it these days. There's nothing else we can do about it. Essence. It's an essence of nipple. Mo says, if Dragon Age or Legacy of Kain were Weebury, Bancroft would be all over them. I do 2 shorts, Mo. 2 shorts. And you think I'm a weeb now. I haven't read any more manga than I ever have, which is really 1. That's it.
No, I can't say
That
that.
video game avoidance is obvious on the gay time streams. Yeah, I know, right? Eric, okay, I picked up the secret cover. Hopefully swing around later and get more later. Back at number 14. Hal, Eric, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is awesome. That is awesome. What are your plans for the novels? Are they continuing? Was that a
No, the story of the novels, it was a trilogy.
Mhm.
I'm now focusing more on the graphic novels because I can
Mhm.
do one shots and keep
Yep.
telling the stories that way. And it
Yep.
makes it a lot more easier for me to work with.
Mhm.
There's a lot of things I can work with because not just with the count, but you also have the rest of the family. Because what he does is he basically, if you know anything about Middle Ages, about rulers, if there was a brother or something like that, most of the time the ruler, when he became king, would execute his brother because he was a threat.
Yeah.
He was a
War of the
threat
Roses.
because even if his brother died and it was a child, the other brother could claim and civil war and stuff. But in this case, that didn't happen, and the brothers were close, very close. And so when he made this oath, he didn't do it for his family; he did it for his brother's family. So the brother's family stays in ruling.
Mhm.
And it's later on that you have where there's twin boys born, and one goes to the United States and one stays, and then you have one that passes away and the other brother has to come back. But he decides to stay in the United States, and there's a gap until the modern books takes place.
What would you say? A lot of people have been saying what this reminds them of. What do you think we like influenced you? Was it just the general genre, or were
Well,
there specific?
what happened? I'll explain what happened. Originally, because of the situation with my mother, I had come home and I had sat down and I was watching television. And I was watching classic television. And on that night, I watched Andy Griffith, The Munsters, and The Addams Family. And the whole idea is wrapped around my idea of could I take the Munsters and make them into a serious horror story? And the answer is no. It's way too many holes. It's a total mess. But I took the premise of could it be done? Could you have in modern time vampires, werewolves, and then still being hidden or still being thing? So I
Yep.
started working with the story of that premise. So I had to complete, and the number one rule I made was my vampire cannot be Dracula. I actually wrote that
Mhm.
down. New start, knew who he is, where he came from, how did he become a vampire, the whole thing I had to do from scratch. So it's all scratch. All of it's different than Dracula. Even though Dracula's fair use and stuff like that, it's still, you know. So working with that, as I was doing the story, I had to come up with how a vampire monster and a vampire and a monster that's dead have a child for a werewolf, all that. I had to come up with how all that worked, everything, which took me a year and a half to put together. 11 drafts was what it took me to put everything together. And it's a lot bigger genre than just that little group because there's so many questions to be answered. And there was so much things that had to be changed. And you find out, like with mine, there is no blonde haired, blue haired girl at all. She's not there. You have a 17-year-old dark raven haired girl. That's another part of the country. That's the main character. That's who I had to build
Which
off of.
country is this set in? Like where is this taking place?
He's originally from the United States, but this country where he's at is a fictitious country called Moldovia. Now, I used the country of Liechtenstein as the base model for it. If you know anything about Liechtenstein, Liechtenstein is a principality country in Europe. It's between Austria and Switzerland. It's
Mhm.
really small, but the prince of that country still rules that country. He still has power. If you didn't know that, he does.
I think I did know that, but I probably forgot it. But
And
that's interesting.
he's also the richest royal in the entire country, in the entire continent of Europe.
The richest what?
Royal. Out of all the royal families in Europe, because if you didn't know, there's 12 of them.
Yeah.
He's the richest. He's got more money than any of them. He's got more money than the King of England does.
Oh, that's interesting.
He's extremely loaded. So I used the base model of Liechtenstein for the fictitious country of Moldova, and I put it kind of in the same location. So it's the whole story takes place in Europe, right around southern Germany, Austria, Liechtenstein, Switzerland area. That's where the story takes place.
People are enjoying it. Sim says it sounds like Latveria, although Hojo's just like babes. Corey. Yeah, there's a really hot.
There's several. There's she's not the only one. I'll show it. I have the book with me right here. If you look at Carmilla, this is one of the books that we're talking about. This lady here, this cover actually was done by Jose Garcia.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
We're gonna have Jose on next week.
But this lady right here, this is Carmilla. She is the older sister to Mina.
Mm-hmm.
So she is in the novels. She is the main villain.
I just wanted to show Corey the Dan Lawless one as well, because I do know he is a little impartial to the nice ladies. And then there's also this one as well, which is one of yours. Yeah, so she's looking very fine there in her red. He says nice.
And at this point, because I'm actually using an actual dress design of the 1500s for her, this is after she has been attacked.
This one here?
Yeah, this is after she's been attacked by the werewolves. This is after she's been made a vampire.
We haven't talked much about the werewolves. How do they fit into your story?
The werewolves are actually the mercenaries. You see, if you know anything about the 1500s, the Ottoman Turk Empire was invading Europe. They had gone through Greece and moved up into the area just before the Battle of Vienna. If you don't know anything about the Battle of Vienna is where the most unbelievable cavalry charge in history took place. A 15,000 cavalry charge, the largest that's ever been in history. But that's where all that comes from. And so making up, what I did was, if they're getting beat, they've got mercenaries. Well, who are the mercenaries? The mercenaries are werewolves. They're paid assassins. They're paid murderers. They're thugs. And when they're abandoned, they go on a rampage.
I have a question.
Okay.
I did a short about this. In vampire and werewolf stories, people know what werewolves and vampires are. It's part of lore and history. I mean, we all know because they've been written about and talked about. They're part of folklore for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Right.
But in zombie movies, no one's ever heard of a zombie before. And whenever the zombie apocalypse happens, everyone's really shocked. And they're like, oh my God, what are these things? And they go up and they try and like make friends with them, and then they get their faces eaten off. But do people know about vampires and werewolves, or are they sort of considered mythological in your story?
In my story, the modern people that are regular people don't know. Governments in Europe, they know. It's a hidden secret.
I like that.
It's a hidden secret.
Yep.
And in modern location, the vampires are contained. The vampires are in Wallachia, Moldova, countries right there. The werewolf, the actual ruler of the werewolves and like that, he's in Monaco. So that's where he's.
And they're fully in on it.
All the governments are in on it. It's a quiet little secret.
I see. Oh, that's good. That's another element to it. Now that stuff would obviously be in the novel. That was not
Yeah,
in
that's
the
in the novels. Now,
in
at this
the in
point in
this.
time, vampires are known, but there's still that dark, night scare children with. But yeah, there's vampires around, but they're at this time, the only vampires really that are around before the count is going to be over in Wallachia. And then, of course, the werewolves are, anybody that's ever seen a werewolf usually dies. They don't leave witnesses, you could say, but they
Yeah.
see marks and stuff of it.
And is there anything? This is the last question I want to get to about the actual story of the Steins, because we do have to wrap it up in about 5 minutes, and I do want to do a refresh. Is there anything unusual or like out of the norm with your vampires? Because we're all very familiar with vampire lore, what vampires are and how they function. Is there anything different about your vampires, or are they're sort of accurate to historical lore?
They're pretty accurate to historical law. The only difference is how they make vampires. They do have to do the bite and the transfer of blood. If they just, like, somebody gets completely drained of blood, they don't become vampires; they die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And to make a ghoul, you only have to give somebody some blood. You don't have to bite them.
I see.
So it's a mixture. It's a mixture of that.
Man, it sounds very cool. I want to congratulate you on your huge success with your novels. I sincerely hope you are able to replicate that success here in the comic book graphic novel sphere. You've really you've put together a really cool looking package here. A lot of really nice art. You got the babe with the cleavage in there, so you can't really go wrong. Already attractive Corey Barton to the art.
When I came out, when I really came into drawing and everything, was Jim Lee was doing X-Men. Everybody was Mark Silvestri was big. Image launched all that stuff, so I was around at that time, and that was the art that really influenced me. So that's what you're going to get. That's not modern. It's not I'm going to say it, the woke stuff. My stuff's not woke. It's you're going to see. The Count is the knight in shining armor, the one who would sacrifice all to save everybody. He's that pillar of strength. He's the way I put it is, if you ever seen the movie Excalibur of King Arthur.
Yep.
Okay. The part where Arthur gets healed by drinking the chalice.
Mm-hmm.
And he stands there and he turns to his brother and he goes, I'm going to, I'll be king one last time. And then his brother turns and goes down the hallway screaming, knights, squires, men at arms, prepare for battle. And then they both ride out. That was the one thing that I wanted to have, that kind of scene between the two brothers, and how the younger brother, which is the Count, would basically do anything for his brother. You know what I'm saying? That idolized, that would sacrifice himself for his brother.
Yep. Well, man, congratulations on getting it done, getting it launched. Now it's up to you to get out there, get in front of as many people as possible to get this thing funded. We're sitting at 10%. Hail the chat. I mean, that's no small amount either. That's $1,000. Congratulations. Thank you, everyone who has chipped in. 15 backers thus far to get up to 10%. $1,000 ain't nothing to sneeze at. So I want to thank Jay, James, Jim, all of the above, for coming on and sharing the Steins with us. You will see him in the chat all over. Hopefully we'll see you a little bit more around on some streams selling this thing. But that will be it for me for the week of streaming. I want to thank Jim. The biggest thank you of all, as always, goes out to the wonderful, the amazing, the incredible, spectacular, and phenomenal, sexiest chat in all of CG. Thank you all so much for coming out. Extra big thank you to everyone who backed it. If you're watching after the thing is live, I will have links. The links actually work in the description for you to go check this out. Mo has it right here. How the panel, how the chat. Thanks again. I'll see you guys in a couple of days, I think. Until then, I hope you're all well. Have a great night. All right, guys. Bye.
more